Okay, so we know Sony is announcing the a7S III this summer. So here's my list of wants. They should have plenty of time to address this. I mean, how long are development cycles, Chris?
Days?
4 years. Years. Uh-oh. DP Review TV viewers, it's Jordan here in my moire shirt to talk about the upcoming Sony a7S III. We know it's coming. Barney did a great interview with Sony that you can see on dpreview.com, and they gave us a few hints, but here's what I want from the camera. Now, for starters, we all know that the Canon R5 is coming out with 8K RAW recording, and everyone's saying Sony's got to do 8K RAW or even better if they want to really make a splash with this camera. I disagree. I think they go the complete other direction. I think they should take 12 megapixels like they've used on the a7S, a7S II, make a stacked sensor so it's incredibly fast readout, and that's going to give them a lot of really compelling advantages. Now, we've seen Sony stacked CMOS sensors in other cameras like the A9, some of the RX100 series, very fast scanning, and that would give us real advantages. Like, first of all, almost no rolling shutter if it reads out very quickly. The previous A7Ss were very bad for that. As well, you'd be able to do things like record 4K 60, 4K 120 without having a crop. I don't know if the processor could do it, but the sensor would be capable of it. Most important for me, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see RAW recording, if not internally, then externally with this camera. And a lot of these high-res sensors, you're seeing things like 8K RAW or 5.9K RAW. The files are huge, and honestly, I don't need that a lot of the time. This, with a 12 megapixel sensor, could give us 4K RAW without doing any line skipping, anything like that, at full quality, with still nice manageable file sizes. Furthermore, with this sensor, this should really only need 2 SD card slots. You wouldn't need an expensive card slot like a CF Express, because you should be able to record 4K compressed RAW onto most high-speed SD cards. So that would be my #1 most compelling want on this camera, but there's a lot of other stuff as well. Please give it a fully articulating screen, or even better, give it something like the design in the S1H, where it's on a hinge and flips out. That is my favorite video display right now. And on that display, let's get some proper assist tools. I'm talking waveforms, vector scopes, an internal false color system. Give us all that fun exposure stuff, just like a big pro Sony broadcast camera. On that topic, let's get some new menus. I mean, maybe you could go with the video menus, but actually Sony's Pro Video menus are also quite terrible. So let's just do brand new menus. Just, you know what, duplicate Panasonic, just like with that door hinge. That would be the correct way to go. Now as well, I'm not a huge fan of Sony's IBIS system for video. I find it can be kind of jumpy, skip a little bit. I'd really like to see that smoothed out, so if you're deliberately doing a pan or a tilt, the camera doesn't fight you as much. Okay, so this is probably a given, but I really want the A7R4's real-time video autofocus. It worked very well, but I want a new interface on this. And you know what? There's going to be a touchscreen on this camera. Let's actually use that. What if it could do more than just choose your autofocus point? You could adjust audio settings or go through the menus, adjust exposure when the camera's facing you. Hell, you know, there's a function menu on these things. You could poke at that and have that do something. It shouldn't be that hard to do, Sony, and it would make a huge difference to the usability of this camera. But at the end of the day, you know what? I don't want more Ks. When I'm rendering video, I don't want my laptop to burst into flame. That's what I want. Tell me what you guys think. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and I will see you all again very soon on another episode of DP Review TV with Jordan and Chris.